You know, it feels only like the other day that Aaron Stellato made the announcement that SSMS was going to get the GitHub Copilot integration on the roadmap in the foreseeable future. And just like that, about a month later, we already have this new version. So I'm going to have to take a break from SSMS 21 and talk about SSMS 22 so that we can talk about the new GitHub Copilot integration in SQL Server Management Studio. But that means I need a new shirt. SSMS 22 and its GitHub Copilot integration on today's chapter of DataBard. DataBard, 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 DataBard. Dabba, hoi, hoi, hoi. Okay, we need to record this quickly before the sticky note falls off. On the one hand, I'm super happy that SSMS is developing this quickly, and on the other hand, slow down, Aaron. This is going too fast. Curse you, Aaron Stellato! No, seriously, keep going. This is awesome. So in the same way that SSMS Copilot needed some prerequisites, GitHub Copilot integration with SSMS requires some prerequisites as well. First of all, you do need that GitHub Copilot subscription. If you do, go out to the GitHub website, search for that Copilot. Right now, I believe the pricing is still about $10 a month, and you can get that Copilot experience wherever you can get the extension installed, which includes SSMS 21. Second thing you'll need is SSMS 22 Preview 3 or later. Anything earlier than that and this will not work. Alright, let's get into the demo and let's show how this works. So I've already got the installer downloaded. And again, this is the installer for SSMS Preview 3. You want to find that installer specifically, so make sure you look for that. Link will be in the description of this video to get in there. First thing is, do you want to copy over your settings from a previous version, which, as you know, I've been doing a lot of settings adjustments in SSMS, so I want to carry that over. And the SSMS Copilot component goes away. All my work wasted. But let's be honest, it's going to be the same experience of using a reg implementation, having a Copilot that has access into your database environment. So not much is lost other than the specific configuration. The extension you're looking for this time is AI Assistance, which, as it so happens, has this nice fancy icon for GitHub. That means we know we're getting the right one. Checking here for options, there's a query hint recommendation tool. We'll set that up, and the help viewer. We'll double check the AI Assistance here, and there are no other settings here. That's all we need. Let's go ahead and install. This may take a moment. Roll footage! No, as in like do the page roll thing where they, whoa, wait. And we're back. Took a couple of minutes for the install, but it gives us the message that it's done installing. We recommend restarting Windows to clean up any remaining files. We'll do that after recording this video. Now it's going to be a separate launch because it is a preview version of it. So let's go ahead and launch SSMS 22. It says it's preview. We'll sign in. And it already caught in our sign in, I think, from our last installation. And brings it up. Would you like to import SSMS user settings from previous version? I thought we did that already on the install, but maybe not. Let's go ahead and import from SSMS 21. Looks like it doesn't remember anything about my previous connection. So we'll get a connection installed, do a brief pause, and then we'll come back into the video. Alright, database connection is established, but I don't know if I actually have my subscription up and running with this. I already do have a GitHub subscription. So let's go ahead and check. Not seeing much for settings in here. That's more about the window itself. Threads. Okay, so there's an icon here in the upper right. Says that GitHub Copilot is active, and it's got this little arrow next to it. Let's open that up. Here we go. Manage Copilot subscription. Hitting Manage Copilot subscription, open up this window. It's expecting me to log into GitHub. I'm going to go ahead and do that. But don't look at my dots. I'm watching. Once I logged into GitHub, it did bring me up to the Copilot settings here in GitHub, and it is already showing my Copilot subscription, which I do have a GitHub Copilot Pro subscription. What I think is going on is I think GitHub Copilot is already enabled in my SSMS environment because the account that I log into SSMS with is the same account that my GitHub subscription is through. Because of that and previous things that I've done in SSMS, it already knows that I have GitHub up and running. So subscription there, nice and easy. But if you don't have GitHub Copilot yet, this is where you would get prompted to say, let's set up a subscription and make sure that you have the information necessary to configure it in your environment. Let's go ahead and test out that theory. To see which accounts I have connected into my SSMS, I have to go to this icon in the upper right that currently has my initials. That's the accounts connected to SSMS. When I open that, sure enough, here is my GitHub account. So let's go ahead and remove that. And just like that, SSMS Copilot isn't connected to anything. I'll at least note at this moment that you can sign up for the Copilot free with GitHub Copilot. Just note that there is a token limitation on how many times you can interact with the Copilot before you hit a limit. But again, the current Copilot subscription is about $10 a month. Hard to argue with that. So in this situation, this is assuming that I already have a GitHub Copilot subscription, but I don't have it connected into SSMS. What I need to do is in the GitHub Copilot chat, I already have an account, so I'll sign in. And in this case, I already entered in my credentials previously. It knows that I'm already connected in here, so I'll just say continue. And being redirected to the authorized application. Checkmark is back for GitHub Copilot. We're ready to go. That's right, it is that simple. I have to use my voice for this every time I say it's that simple. It is. I don't know what else to say. So it looks like I have the whole thing set up, but how do I know it works? Let's go ahead and click one of these basic prompts at the beginning and let's see if it is successfully working or not. So give me the list of 10 largest tables in this database based on row count. Let's see what it does. So we've got an SSMS call icon here. All right. Looks like it's at least able to successfully generate prompts. I can give it a prompt, it can give me a response, but does it know where my database is? Let's see if we can ask it a question that it'll actually try to answer by accessing the database. So let's expand this and... Oh, okay, icons changed. All right, we've got a lot of things to cover on this one, but that's going to be another video. Let's go up here. Let's do a quick top. 6, 7. I know I hate it too. Give me 67 rows. List the top 10 tables by row count. Why are you asking me to authenticate? So it did ask me to re-authenticate into my database. There we go, that's what we wanted to see. It was able to successfully read from the database and give us a response. We've got GitHub Copilot experiences, and it has access to our database. Reg implementation is here with GitHub Copilot. Yay! There we have it. GitHub Copilot is now integrated into SQL Server Management Studio. And if you tried integrating GitHub Copilot into other things like VS Code or other IDEs, it is a pretty simple process. So we're getting the exact same thing out of SSMS, but now, with it being in SSMS, we now get our database as context for that RAG implementation, and that is going to be a significant game changer. That brings us to the end of this video, and hey, look at that! The sticky is still standing. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful, please like, Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and share it with your friends who need that Copilot experience that has the context of your database in mind. If you have any questions about either SSMS, developing solutions with a Copilot that has access to your database, or if you have any questions about other analytical Microsoft solutions like Microsoft Fabric, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer those questions in future videos. For now, I'm Data Bard, and I'll see you in the next chapter. Today's chapter may be done, but that doesn't mean the story is over. If you are looking to work with someone like me to improve your data strategy or implementation, go to bakertilly.com/digital, fill out the contact form, and let's see how we can help you take the next step on your data journey.